Hey everyone, welcome back to our FMCA Rally Edition and the final day of interviews. On this final day, we looked at the RVAC Silencer and Passport America. The RVAC Silencer is designed to quiet down your RV's rooftop air conditioning unit, and Passport America is a membership that gets you 50% off campgrounds across the US, Canada, and Mexico. So let's take a closer look at these products and see if they're right for you.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the fourth and final day of the FMCA Rally. We are joined today with Darrell from Wacko Products, and he's here to talk about the RVAC silencer that he has developed himself. And we're just going to get right into the conversation, and we're going to introduce Darrell, and thank you for joining us this morning.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's a beautiful day here in Tucson.
It actually is. Yeah, it's really nice. We've really lucked out with this weather. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your role at Wacko Products?
Sure. Well, I'm an RVer. So, here at when you're RVing, you're always looking for solutions for your problems. And I have found a solution, and it took me a long time to get there, but I did it. I am the owner, I'm the inventor of the RVAC silencer. And we're here to make everybody fall in love with your air conditioning again.
Nice. We have heard, just walking around here, first of all, we see tons of the T-shirts, so that's good.
Yes.
But everybody that we've talked to about it has said it really does what you say it does. So that's really great news for you too.
Well, we hope everybody says that, right?
Yeah.
But it works. It does work, and it's a system that's really easy, and it's a do-it-yourself product. That's what's really nice about it.
What made you come up with it? What was the motivation behind it? And how did you get it started?
Sure. Well, the big push was my wife. Again, I said we're camping people, and I enjoy the air conditioner. We were camping one day, and I'm from Green Bay, Wisconsin, so we were camping one day, and full hookup. 50 amp service, 2 air conditioners, we're in heaven, right? Until my wife says, turn the air conditioner off, I don't watch TV. And I'm sitting in a couch and I'm sliding out of there because it's 100 degrees in the coach. And I'm like, this is not good. So I said, there's got to be a solution for this, And you hear, everybody else, well, I put a sound bar and I do this. Well, that's great. Your neighbors love hearing your TV,
Yeah.
Because that's all they, you don't hear it in your coach yet. You just let the whole rest of the park hear it.
So how many iterations or versions did you have to go through to find something that suited your needs?
Oh my, a lot, a lot. That day that I said, we had to find a solution. I mean, I literally walked out the coach door, grabbed my case of beer, dumped out the cans, and they were full yet.
Oh, okay.
And I took that cardboard box and started cutting it up. I mean, that moment.
Okay.
And then you went to sheet metal, and you just go through version after version after version after version, and you think, boy, we got to make this simple. We got to make it foolproof. We have to make it something that a consumer can take it out of the box and install it.
And did you have a background in HVAC or anything like that?
No, I do not have a background in HVAC. I've dabbled in the industry a little bit and stuff like that. I'm a type of guy that I grab something that it's just sometimes some things come naturally to me. I don't watch TV that much, so when I watch TV, that means I have nothing to do. So that tells you I don't watch TV very much. I'm always doing something. I'm a very active person.
So that from the time to the cardboard, how long ago was that you said, okay, we got to come up with a solution. We got to make this AC unit quieter in here.
Right.
How long ago was that about?
Well, it took me about 2 years to get my final prototype, if you want to call it, where I could actually 3D print it, and kind of go from there. And even, after even doing a 3D print, then I would file for the patents and all this stuff, so I had to wait for that, and I didn't really want to introduce it to public until I had patent protection.
Yeah.
I went to my first show in Elkhart, Indiana at the Forest River Rally, and I was nervous. I'll be honest with you. I was nervous. I had 25 units that I had done, printed up, and that fly's going to get me.
Yeah, the flies are bad here. Yeah.
And I went there, and I'm like, I don't know if these are going to sell. And this show started at 8 o'clock in the morning. By 9:30, all 25 are gone.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, uh-oh, we've got something here.
And the product, I guess we'll get into it. We can get into it now, I guess, Kenny. What did you make it for a specific AC unit, or is it universal? How does that work?
Yeah, well, I started out with a Dometic because that's what I had in my RV. You know,
Okay.
and in fact, this is the original grill that came out of my RV. You know,
Okay.
Cool.
and so that's it's an archive piece there.
There you go.
And now we make it for Dometic, we make it for GE, and we make it for Coleman products currently right now.
Okay.
I'm in the midst of working in some other ones. It just takes time to develop, and the last year and a half, it's been challenging to get anything new going.
Right.
Yeah.
Resources are just thin. So,
Yeah.
but my plan is to expand the line. Absolutely, and hopefully help everybody we can.
Yeah.
So when you say it's good for a Coleman, is it good for all the modern Colemans, or is it good for just certain models?
So what we fit is going to be a ducted rooftop air conditioner. Now, some people don't know what ducted is. And that's a great question because I get this all the time. Basically a non-ducted unit is typically a unit that you have controls on it on the ceiling, and air goes in the air conditioner, it comes right out of the air conditioner. There's no little round vents on the ceiling where air can come out of. So the first thing I ask them, is you have a ducted unit, and they go, oh, what's that?
Yeah.
And I always tell them, well, can you feel air coming out of the ceiling someplace besides the air conditioner? And you have a wall thermostat. And if they have that, we can typically help them. Okay,
great.
And then they call it fully ducted, and that's usually you see like in your Tiffin coaches, your higher end stuff where you have air coming out of your vents, plus you have little filters off to the side that brings air in for your air return.
Okay.
So, and we actually address those too. We don't have a silencer kit, but we actually have replacement filters for those. That's actually what we see here. So this is for like a Tiffin where they have those big wood panels on the ceiling. So they pull that down. If you notice, I actually put Velcro on one side, so they stick right up there. So when you put the panel up, it stays in place.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
And those seem like they're a little more rugged than the filters that come on them already.
Yes, absolutely. And then this is actually a consumer driven product for me. I never thought about this, I'll be honest with you. When I came up with my silencer kit, this is the filter material that's in there. And, typically you see foam filters in these kits. Foam right now, they typically say is good for about 6 months. And now LED lights came into the picture. LED lights puts off UV rays and all this other stuff, and and you get ozone in the air. That's what chews up the foam filters. So they typically say about 6 months lifespan in a foam filter.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
And you can't vacuum them. You vacuum, usually you go look in a vacuum can for the filter, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
So this is a true lifetime washable, reusable filter. It's electrostatic.
Okay.
So it's kind of different construction because it's actually coarse on one side, and you look on the other side, it's fine. And you look at the end, find the end here, it looks like a cardboard box. See how it's corrugated?
Oh,
like
yeah.
three-dimensional?
Yeah.
Yes.
So as the air flows through that, it creates that static electricity, and that's what holds the dirt.
Okay.
So you can actually vacuum them right in place.
Wow.
Oh,
Or
okay.
take them out, wash them. So if somebody has allergy problems, they can still wash them. That's not a problem at all.
Okay.
And the nice thing with these here, especially when some, the higher end coaches where they had that fully ducted system, usually they got to take these plastic pieces down, pull them apart, and then they break.
Right.
You can actually vacuum these right in place.
Oh,
They're
so
still
you're not
gonna-
breaking those little snaps off.
Right.
Yeah.
And I tell people, take them out once a year about and just wash them because if you cook in your coach, you're going to get some grease up in there or whatnot. Or if you go from the Arizona desert, you go to Florida, you're going to wash them before you get to the humidity.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Because you'll have mud coming out of your ceiling.
Yeah.
So is this a similar filter that's in the RVAC silencer as well?
The same exact material. Yes, I use that straight across the board on all my lines. And this product here is actually expanding because now I'm getting more people coming in and say, I have this particular coach and this is the size filter I have.
Yeah.
And I find out what sizes, I can cut them. I have a CO2 laser machine all on in-house, so I can custom cut.
Okay.
And I nice thing with the CO2 laser machine, it actually seals that edge so it doesn't fray, and we can cut anything we want.
Now you're not actually. Are you actually making the silencers?
So
in your shop as well?
So we actually have a plant that's about 3 to 4 blocks from us that does all our injection molding for us.
Okay.
So this is 100% made in USA.
Wow.
And 90% of this is actually made in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Really?
Great.
So we believe in local and
Yeah.
supporting the country. I mean, let me tell you, it hasn't been easy.
Yeah.
But it's also been a savior this last year and a half because
Oh,
I'm
I
not
bet.
dealing with containers coming across the
Right.
water.
Definitely,
Right.
absolutely. But that's great though that they're so close to you, so you can stop in and check on them anytime you feel surprise visits.
Yep. And the nice thing is, I start running short of product. Instead of shipping a full truckload, they'll just send me 4 pallets over. They just run them over the truck. You know, so it really ship works out well.
We've had a few people on the show that have invented a product, and I'm always curious on what they thought
the hardest part was between that cardboard box full of beer and a finished injection molded product. What was the hardest probably challenge in doing that?
Probably get over your fear,
Yeah.
of failure.
Yeah.
That's probably the hardest thing. You probably ask any entrepreneur, that question. You'll say, you know what? I didn't think it was a product. And that was my biggest thing.
Okay.
And all my friends say, well, I can tell you a little story. I mean, we'd sit around the campfire because, it's camping people, right? We're campers. And my friends would say, well, what kind of idea did you come up this week? Well, they said crazy idea, right? And I said, well, I got this here. Oh, that's what you're doing at that case of beer, empty box, and da-da-da. I'm like, last weekend? I'm like, yeah. And so it's just getting over that fear factor of a failure, embracing your product, believe in it, and then you just gotta trust yourself, trust your instincts. Don't second guess.
Yeah.
And and I think the next step for somebody inventing a product is they feel like they're never done with it. They always want to perfect it.
Yeah.
And I have that problem. I always want to perfect it.
That was going to be one of my questions.
And I'm like, boy, I'm going to hold back. I don't want to introduce this. I'm not done with it yet.
Yeah.
Well, it could be 10 years. And so I just said, you know what? We got to stop. We got to get this out in the hands of the public. Because just because I think it's wrong or right doesn't mean the public thinks it's wrong or right.
Right.
So let's get some feedback.
Yeah.
And the feedback is huge. That's why I love doing shows and rallies and, and conventions like this. FMCA conventions are awesome. You talk to thousands and thousands of people with ideas.
Yeah.
Users that have used it for 2, 3, 4 years, and they come back with it.
And then you can
I can tweak it.
Yeah, tweak it with with that feedback.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
you're solving a huge pain point in the RV industry.
Well, we hope so, right?
Yeah. So is this something that anybody can install? Do they need to bring it to a service center and have a professional install it?
No, you can actually do it yourself. One of the challenges is some people have mobility issues. They can't raise their shoulder, hands up, arms above their shoulders or whatnot, stuff like that. Because you are replacing, this inside ceiling assembly of your unit. So this comes actually off the ceiling then at this point. This is Dometic. Okay. So, this is was one of the most popular units in the industry. There's hundreds of thousands of these out there. So it's a matter of popping this out. Really, it's as easy as this. Pulling your filter out, throwing this foam filter away, right? Removing these 6 screws. And these 4 under here are actually under these little caps.
Okay.
Sometimes it's a little hard to get those up, but they're there.
Okay.
This comes down, okay? And now the exciting part, the unboxing.
Yeah, let's see what this looks like.
It's not a Chicago-style pizza in here.
Oh, that's considerably much thicker than the original.
Right. And we'll tell you why it's thicker that way, yes. So we'll pull this apart.
Not a lot of parts, though.
No,
right?
so when you look inside here, you're going to have a new filter. We'll unbox this here. We have a new filter.
Oh, it's nice.
Oh, okay.
That same electrostatic filter we talked about.
Okay.
Material. Your instructions with pictures. Step by step. Look at that.
Oh, that's
Nice.
great.
Yeah,
That looks very nice.
yeah.
Some screws and foil tape.
Oh,
So
is that
we
what that
actually
is?
send
Okay.
everything in the kit that you need, except for a screwdriver and a little bit of your time.
Okay.
Okay. And a base plate.
Okay.
Okay. So remember how I said that original cover comes completely down.
Yes.
Okay. So the same 6 holes.
Oh, it lines
As
up.
it just
attached, lines up
Okay,
perfectly.
so you're not
with the
drilling.
same 6 holes here.
So you're not
Okay.
using new holes. You're not
You
drilling
are
new
not
holes.
drilling any more holes anymore. Using all existing holes. I know
okay.
they're there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
this is easy then.
Well, we're trying to make it easy.
Yeah,
right?
this is easy.
Yep. Once those 6 screws are put into place, you can tighten up those 2 back screws. You leave these 4 loose yet, because this
the
filter slides in,
filters.
and we share those screw holes.
Nice.
And if you notice, everything is screwed together. We're not relying on plastic snaps that break
Snaps,
off and
yes.
yeah. stuff like that.
Very
How
nice.
many times I get that in the booth? Somebody comes and says, "Well, I just replaced this and I paid $30 for this, and I
Yeah.
waited 6 weeks to get it."
Yeah.
Now this year it's like, where do I find one? Because you can't find
Can't
one.
find
Yeah.
them. Right.
Right? And without this, you have no filter.
That's right.
Because it won't stay.
Right. And then and this sits up in there, and there's nothing to really hold it in place.
Yep.
Okay. Where if you notice, this filter's on a frame.
Yeah.
Why do we have air filters? have air go through it,
Right.
not around
Not
it.
around it. Yeah.
So that's why we put screw it, and air has to go through this. Okay. So we not only make it quieter, but we actually do a lot better job with filtration. Okay. Again, give you that lifetime filter.
Yes.
Okay. So the next step, how do we make it quieter, right?
Yeah.
That's the question. Well, right now, if you look, this here, air goes in here, noise comes out.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
The cover's the secret to this. When I put the cover on, if you notice now my vent is up here.
So it's going over.
That's right. So we're creating a short ductwork. So air goes in, goes through the cover,
So it's a duct.
and then into the filter.
Okay.
So now we're creating a fully ducted system.
Yes.
Very nice.
And that's how we make it quieter. So like
Okay.
a Dominic, 50 to 70% reduction in noise, and we can give you up to 30% more airflow. That's
Really?
if your ductwork can handle it. So you always have those variables there,
Okay.
you know.
Hey, this is great. This is way more robust.
Yeah,
Also,
that's what I think
compared
too. Yeah.
to what the OEM is. I guess you could say.
Absolutely. And I do take a step further. I actually put UV protectant inside my plastic.
Really?
Because if you notice how this is all yellowed.
Yeah.
The original one.
Oh, so this won't do that
This
over
won't
time.
yellow.
Oh, very
Oh,
interesting.
okay.
So you've thought of, Sean and I are always amazed by just how much thought goes into things, and something like that, just making it UV protected,
Right.
is one of those things that you and I would probably never think of.
about it. Yeah.
Right, right. And, you would ask me this question 10 years ago. Yeah, I would have said the same thing. I've learned a lot about plastic. It's amazing. There's no fillers in this plastic. It's 100% ABS.
Okay.
And that was one of the questions they asked me when I first went to the molding pre-bill, and they said, "Well, how much fillers do you want in there?"
You're like
I said,
fillers.
"Fillers?
Oh,
what are
interesting.
fillers for?" They said, "Well, it reduces your cost."
Yeah.
Ah,
I said, "What else does it does?" Well, if somebody drops it, it's probably going to break.
so it makes it more brittle.
Oh yeah, you put fillers in it because it's not solid.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Okay.
So they could put paint chips in it, sawdust,
Oh,
and
okay.
so some of your stuff you see coming from overseas, the price is down because they can put fillers in there that you can't put in there in the U.S.
Oh.
okay.
Okay.
So I've learned a lot.
Yeah.
And one thing I don't want to have is having an RVer out someplace and have an issue with my product.
Yeah.
I believe I wouldn't want it. So why should I have my customers have to deal with that problem?
Yeah.
And that's why everything's screwed together.
Watching you do this here, I feel like this is under 15, maybe 20-minute job.
Yeah, I always tell people it's going to take you 20 to 30 minutes to do the first one. The second one, 15 minutes.
Okay.
You're going to find that you're going to do, and when I go through the process of, telling them how this all works and stuff like that, I also take it a step further and tell them how to fix their air conditioner. There's all the maintenance up in the ceiling that
Yes.
it has to be done or should be done.
Yes.
And then one of the comments I always get is, well, I have a brand new rig. Well, I'm sorry to say this, but it doesn't matter if it's brand new or if it's 15 years old. You still have maintenance. And you still
Yes.
got to check things.
Yep.
There's center baffles up there that leaked, and you got, freeze sensors that fall.
Yeah.
That's actually the two major problems with air conditioners, believe it or not, in the industry. I don't care what brand it is there's a center baffle that actually separates
The in and the out.
the ins and the outs, correct. This is the air intake right here,
Right.
and this is the supply side. So there's pressure on this side. So what happens is if there's a piece of metal in between, or could be some kind of baffle of some sort that makes that seal between this chamber and this chamber, I call it. If that leaks internally, the air just basically just goes in and out
Yep.
up in the ceiling and never goes out your ductwork.
That's where that insulated tape comes in handy
That's
sometimes.
why I send tape out, because they can do some of the repair work.
Right.
Nice.
Because everybody has to do that. That's just part of it.
Yeah.
And since this is down, you might as well do all that work. And
Yeah.
you can do it yourself
Yep.
if you want to.
Yeah, that was one of the first things I did when I got my fifth wheel was go buy some insulated tape and clean up that
Right.
that separation so that you're not getting that.
that mixing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did the
Right.
same thing with my RV, and like you said, just because it's new doesn't mean that it comes with no problems.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
People are always, I think newer RVs are usually in the shop just as much, if not more, than older RVs getting warranty stuff, because
Yep.
things break the very first year
Yep.
that you buy them. Once you start rattling them down the road. type
Yeah,
of
well,
thing.
every mile of road is an earthquake, right?
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
You're kind of bouncing these things right down the road.
So was your wife happy with the final product?
Well, she's still with me, so she's very happy.
That's a good answer.
We have to ask you another question because your name is so interesting. How did you come up with the name Wacko Products?
Well, if you remember kind of what I said earlier, way back in the conversation, I said, we gather around campfires and we talk about our weeks, right? Work weeks.
Yeah.
And my friends friends would say, well, what kind of crazy idea did you come up with this week? And I looked at my wife, and she goes, no, you're not naming it crazy. I said, well, what about Wacko? She goes, no, you're not naming it Wacko. And I'm like, I had to do it. You know? And I looked at it, and I just, you got to do a Google search and see what's out there. And you know what? It was available.
It's a memorable name.
It's very memorable.
It's a very memorable name.
And we're having fun with it. You know, it's everybody's wearing my shirt that says, I've gone Wacko. And, you know, in the camping community, who doesn't want to try to start up a conversation with a stranger?
Definitely.
Yeah.
So when you say a shirt that says, I've gone Wacko, they're going to ask you
It's a
some
conversation
questions.
starter. Yeah, for sure.
You know?
It may be genius.
We try our best.
And we were talking about, you know, new products and things breaking and stuff. What type of warranty does the RV AC silencer come with?
So I have a satisfaction guarantee. Okay. And I think that's stronger than any warranty you can give anybody because I want happy customers. Okay. So, you know, you come back to me and say, well, it didn't do what I thought it was going to do. Well, number one, usually the problem is the problems up in the ceiling that haven't been fixed or repaired.
Yeah.
Okay. And, you know, the customer come back and say, well, I didn't have that problem before. Unfortunately, you did.
Yeah, you
But
just didn't notice.
But you didn't notice it because you didn't have the extra airflow.
Right.
So remember, we're adding extra airflow. So now we're stressing that, you know, those seals out and stuff like that. And if there's a hole in it, it's good. You're going to find it quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that you know, the problem was always there. You just didn't know it. It's
Right.
exactly right.
Yeah.
You know, so I have a satisfaction guarantee, and 99.99% of the time, we can make them happy. That's not an issue. My biggest problem, honestly, you know, because consumers can go on my website and order this product any day of the week, is that they don't read all the information and they order it and they get it and they go and try to install it and they find out they have a non-ducted unit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's one of the number one.
Yeah, I was really wondering,
things,
like,
you
when
know.
I'm looking at it, it's one of these products that Sean and I always really enjoy when it's simple. And it's a simple product. There's
It
no
is.
moving parts. There's nothing
Right.
crazy. So
Right.
to me, I'm like, what could even go wrong? I didn't even
Right.
think about that, people ordering the
Right.
incorrect.
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
or it
Correct.
just doesn't work with their. So it's
Correct.
important for them. Can they get in touch with you, explain to you maybe through email or phone exactly what they have to make sure that they are ordering the right one?
Yes, absolutely. I do have a contact spot on my website. They can contact me. Unfortunately, can't send photos right away, but I will get back to them within 24 hours.
Nice.
Then they can. I usually ask for a photo just to make sure they know exactly what they're talking about. Picture tells a lot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I know exactly what they're working with, and I work with them from there. Absolutely. I'm all about customer service.
Okay.
You know, I think it's huge.
You just made a new customer. I'm not come in. I have a Coleman ducted in my Winnebago. I'm not come in and buy one from you.
Well, you're gonna get a T-shirt too, then.
I look forward to wearing and sporting that T-shirt.
You're gonna take it and put an arrow on it, pointing it that way.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I will get in a lot of trouble for that, but that's a good idea.
So here at the show, you're in the exhibitor hall here, and I guess you brought product with you, and you have product available here at the show.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You know, we try to get in the consumer's hands as soon as possible. The nice thing with me being here is they're not paying that shipping costs. Unfortunately, you know, they're not heavy. It's just the size of the box. It doesn't
Yeah.
ship, you know, effectively, if you want to
Yeah,
call it.
yeah.
You know, but those brown trucks can, you know, go anywhere.
Yeah.
And also have it where you can go to my website, you can choose your shipping methods. You know, you're not stuck with one particular method.
Okay.
Because I find in the RVing world, a lot of people use forwarding, mailing, and stuff like that, and they only take just UPS or they only
Yes.
just take
Yeah,
post
yeah.
office. So they
Right.
can choose what service works best for them.
Oh, okay.
You know, and a lot of times we get messages saying, you know, we're going to be at this campground at this week. Can you make sure it's there?
Yeah.
Not a problem.
Okay.
You know, like we try hard to ship within 24 hours that order being shipped next business day, and it's out the door.
Okay.
So we really, like I said, you know, we really try to do our best we can. Yeah.
And the filters themselves, you can order, like if you have, like you said, on some of the motorhomes, they have odd sizes that you're started to make.
Yep.
Those
Yep.
will be available on your website as well.
Correct. Yes, I have. Well, I think now because I just came out a few more, probably 10 or so different sizes right now.
Oh, okay.
For the fully ducted systems.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
You know. Yep. So
And
that's
what
not-
is your website?
It's wackoproducts.com.
Okay.
And you can also
Easy.
go, you know, I have some dealers out there too, you know, so you can go to my website and you can see some of the stocking dealers. I just, you know, don't just drive out to those dealers because they might be out of inventory, you know, so just call ahead, you know. We also have some stores that sell them online also.
Okay.
We're always expanding our dealer network because I actually do look for installing dealers too.
Yeah.
You
okay.
know, and mobile techs. Mobile techs love these.
yeah.
They can keep one or two kits in there for the day.
Yeah.
They go out and they're changing a faucet. Okay, and they walk in the RV and they go, "Oh, have you ever heard of this product
Yeah.
for that?" You know, And next thing you know, they're installing one of these. They get an extra, hour labor because now they're going to fix the air conditioner and da-da-da. But now they've gained a good, solid customer because they've got, they've got confidence in this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
It's definitely a major pain point, like
It is.
Kenny said.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the number one complaints.
Yeah.
So unlike you, I do watch a lot of TV in our RV. We watch a lot of Netflix and Amazon and Disney. I mean, everything. We watch everything. And that is one of our complaints. And what we do is we have surround sound in our RV. We just turn it up. And I never really thought about bothering my neighbors before because I'm very inconsiderate. But this is going to be great. I'm really looking forward to getting this installed.
Yeah, just give you an example. It's when you have without the silencer on, you dealt with this. You're watching TV, you turn the volume up to 70.
Yeah.
Air conditioner turns off. Where's that remote?
Yeah.
Let's turn it down to 30.
Yeah.
And typically I tell people, you should have significant difference in, when you put it on there. And I tell people, if you got my silencer on, you run this TV instead of 30 when it's air conditioner off, you might run it 31, 32, and you just leave it there. You know who else was happy this last year and a half? Teachers. Think about it. School shut down.
Yeah.
Where did the teachers go? They bought an RV, they hit the road, and now they're doing Zoom meetings and Zoom classrooms and stuff like that.
A lot of people actually working from their RVs. That's a great point.
And even Kenny, when we're recording and we're on the road,
I usually shut my AC off to do the recording, and I'm sweating by the end of the episode.
It's a good thing you're not live video then, right?
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah. We really appreciate you taking the time to talk with us. I know we could probably ask you a lot more questions, and as your new stuff comes out, we would love to have you on one of our regular podcasts to do sort of an extended interview.
Yeah, we can follow up. Absolutely.
Yeah, because we love talking to people that are the actual inventors of the product, because I mean it like becomes a passion of yours.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I could have took this product and handed it off to a company that's all they do is go out and rep your product for you and whatnot. But I didn't feel I'd do it any justice doing it that way.
Yeah.
Because again, I want the feedback from the consumers.
Right.
That's what's important to me.
Yeah.
And you don't get that always through those channels,
Yeah, it's great that you're here in person doing this, and you're here till how long today?
Today we're here till 5 o'clock.
All right, so come on down, meet Darrell, take a look at his product. I think you'll be very impressed with it, the construction of it, and he's also happens to be a very nice guy, so some good conversation as well.
And for, like I said at the beginning, from the people we've talked to here that have had it, everybody loves it and says it does exactly what you say it's going to do. So that's important.
Yeah, I only have to sell if you have 2 air conditioners or 3. I love the 3 ones. I only have to sell one because you come back and get the second and the third one. It's not a problem.
That's awesome.
Well, thanks so much, Darrell. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for your time.
Thank you. Hey everybody, welcome back to the 4th day of the FMCA rally with our 2nd episode, and we're very excited to have Passport America joining us today. This is Boomer, president of Passport America, and we're just going to get right into it. And Boomer, can you kind of introduce yourself and tell us your role with Passport America?
Yeah. First off, thanks for having me, guys. My name is Boomer Simmons. I'm president of Passport America. A little bit of a background. It's a family-owned and operated business, a lot like the other businesses you see in the RV industry, like we talked about before. And I've been probably coming to RV shows since I had cognitive memory, 4 years old. And fast forward to that, I went to college at Florida State University. I graduated when I was around 23, 24. And at the time, I really just I wanted to go to law school. I kind of ventured off into different studies and things like that. And I've been going to RV shows, like I said, since 4. So during spring break, when people were going to the beach, I was going to the FMCA rally in Perry, Georgia. And it's a good time in the RV industry, and I learned a lot. And it was never really lost on me. I really wanted to kind of do my own thing, but I was saving up, still going to shows, still doing my part in the company and all that. And I ended up buying a camper around COVID, actually.
Okay.
There was a lot of there's a lot of slow season there. I'm sure y'all can remember. And I still was kind of like in a quarter life crisis, I guess you could say. Like I didn't know what I wanted to do right out of college, so I did what anyone else with a social science degree would do, and I became a raft guide for a summer.
Oh, nice.
And after that, like I said, I got a little out of order, but around COVID, that was about 2019, right out of college when I did that. But around COVID, I took the camper and I wanted to see what it was all about. I always sold it. I always heard testimonials from campground owners. Always heard testimonials from members. Y'all are lifetime members, correct? Or
We are not. I'm not sure. I think we're annual members.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
And well, anyways, as y'all know, it's a good product, but I wanted to see it for myself, and I went out to the Rocky Mountains. It was about a 24-hour drive for me, and I stopped by one campground, and it was the coolest experience I ever had. It was very unorthodox. It was full amenities, full hookup, and everything like that. But I told them I was getting in late, around 2 in the morning. I was still, that was my maiden voyage, I guess you would call it.
Yeah.
I just had a camper. I had no idea what I was doing. It was quite an adventure. And basically, I was incognito, though. I didn't want to say anything about being a part of the program. And I would always ask, I stayed at 3 campgrounds on the way to the Rockies, about 3 or 4 on the way back. And I would say, how's the Passport America deal working for you? And one lady had basically tears in her eyes and was just saying, it's the only thing keeping us going right now. This is during COVID, it's a quality park. It was just the timing of it.
Yeah.
And then I went to another one, and they were just saying, we love Passport. We tell it about everyone, or we tell just about everyone. We use it ourselves. And I always heard that, it's personally, I know I'm biased, but I think it's a no-brainer product for an RV.
Yeah, we agree.
Yeah.
Awesome. And but I wanted to make sure we were doing a good job giving the campgrounds exposure. And I guess long story short, I got to my destination in the Rockies, and they were not a Passport park, but they were closest to the entrance at the time, and that was really delicate during COVID too.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I should probably stop talking about COVID, since that's, we'll just let that go.
It's an important part of our RVing, though. That
really
2
is.
years.
It was, and personally, it was important for me too, because just talking to the campground owners and how kind they were, even when we were a Passport member, even though they knew I was a Passport member and I was getting half the nightly rate at their site, they stayed up, made sure I got in. They waited till the morning, let me sleep in a little bit before they got my money from me, and it was just amazing. And I guess I was still studying for the LSAT at the time, really.
Okay.
And but I didn't really open that book again when I got back. I just felt very inspired to just tell people about this program and to help people save money, help people get exposure for their campground. And I might have got off topic, but I wanted to go back to the campground I stayed at Grand Lake. They weren't a Passport park when I asked them, but they talked about how they used to be in the program until they had such a big off season that they didn't find it opportunistic. But they said they tell everyone about Passport. They really appreciate it, and even when they weren't, I guess, in our program, weren't affiliated at the time, I still felt the love. And it's just we got a really good reputation because we have a really good product and we have really, really good members. And I'm just really inspired to do more for them, build this program, build more additional benefits to this, and it pays for itself the first time you use it,
Yeah.
And I mean, that's why I'm here, is just because I love the industry, I love the community, and I love half off the nightly rate at campsites.
So can you kind of explain for people that aren't aware of what the benefit of Passport America is, can you kind of explain what the program is and does for RVers?
Yeah, the most notorious is providing simply half off the nightly rate of campsites. So with a Passport America membership, for example, the 1 year is $44. You take that, you find the campgrounds in our program that offer the discount, and you can find that through our app, our website, word of mouth, and physical directory that we still offer our members. And you find which ones you're looking for, and you just show them your card. You get half the nightly rate, and you do it again.
Yeah.
It's very simple. And we're making it more simplistic.
Is there a limit to how many times somebody can use the program in a year?
There is no limit.
Yeah.
If there is any limitation to your discount, it would be an off-season date. For example, not during Thanksgiving, not during the holiday season.
Okay.
Like blackout dates then.
And that would be
Sure.
like campground dependent, I would imagine, not
Right.
program initiated.
Yeah, campgrounds are all privately owned and operated. We affiliate with them through giving them the exposure and taking care of our members.
Yeah, I think the first actual campground Julie and I ever stayed at when we got a fifth wheel in 2014, we stayed at a Passport America campground we got our RV at Lazy Days in Tampa, and we had to drive it back up to Virginia. And the first one we stayed at was a Passport America campground in South Carolina. It was called Bass Lake Campground, and we stayed there. And that, like you said, we got in late because we didn't know what we were doing exactly, and we're afraid to drive very fast with this big old 44-foot fifth
Right.
wheel. And the people were so nice and gracious. And actually, when we left, I was so new. I had parked too close to the picnic table with my truck, and ended up pulling forward and ran over their picnic table. And they were like, well, and
Relatable.
destroyed it. And they said, I said, let us know how much it's going to cost to replace it. We'll definitely pay you back for it. And they were like, no, we're replacing the picnic tables. Don't worry about it. I mean, just the nicest people that you could imagine. Even though we were staying there for half off, they treated us like we were paying double the price.
Yeah, that's a really cool story. I think that's a testament to, really what we can do for the campground as well. I know that we're a membership club, and I'm a member of that club. I'm an RVer as well. But I feel like for the campground side of it, we try to be the best marketing corporation we can for them, and to fill their empty sites for them. A lot of campgrounds that benefit from us, a lot of our top quality campgrounds, if you will, they just open, and so we say, let us spread the word about you, and we'll just fill your empty site in. And a lot of times, it's more than feasible for them, and they're in our program for a very, very long time. Or it's like that Grand Lake campground in Colorado. They started getting the exposure they needed. They're a big tourist destination, and we help them be right where they want to be. And that's no issue if they don't need the exposure. That's a good problem to have.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of campgrounds out there, and we need more. I'm sure y'all have experience.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, we definitely do. So this is why we say it's a no-brainer. I mean, for $44 for the year, and then no limit, and you're making your money back on your very first campsite, but then you got another 364 days to go. When was the company founded, and how do you? This is a curveball question, I
Sure.
guess. And how do you keep your prices down so low? How do you keep that membership price so low?
Yeah, I mean, we just we have a really good lifetime membership, and we just do what we can. Like, we printed, we just kind of work, I guess, smarter, not harder, I guess.
Okay.
We spent a lot of resources into our My Passport America app. We still print the directory. A lot of our members love the directory. So
I
we
like
don't
the
get rid of-
directory.
I do too, personally.
Yeah.
I'm a visual learner sometimes.
Yeah.
So, but as I was saying, we put resources into building the best app that we could. Our IT guy, Randy Martin, I feel like I need to give him a shout out. He worked hard on that app, and I said I didn't want to get too salesy, but I also feel like I want to do my part to give that app some exposure and
Yeah.
do my end of the job. So, that, for example, is ways that we just try to make it work for us and our members. I'll even come clean with you guys and say that I was probably looking into, may or may not, was looking into raising the prices, making it, of course, equitable, and adding on benefits and stuff like that. We'll talk about that later, I'm sure. But
Yeah.
I went to an RV show in Tampa during COVID, masked up. Here I am talking about COVID again. People just talked about how, everyone seemed to really raise their prices in the industry. I'm sure it's justifiable. I'm
Right.
not,
Right.
no disrespect, but I was really proud that we didn't. We just tried to keep getting campgrounds, even though some were closing down and all that. We just kept working, and I would say the reason why we keep our prices down, in summary, is our members, our community. They love to talk about us. They love to tell people that aren't members of Passport. They love to get it in the hands of their friends and families, and so they can travel with them, and they can keep doing it by saving money on the road.
How do you guys grow the number of campgrounds? Is it campgrounds come to you, or are you guys out there looking for new campgrounds or campgrounds that you haven't approached yet and marketing to them?
I would say the short answer is both.
Okay.
They'll come to us at a lot of times, I'll just speak at first on me personally in the campground partnership experience. They'll come to us at the RV shows. They'll give me some time to talk to them. Like I said, our members, how they tell more members about us.
Uh-huh.
They tell campgrounds.
Oh, okay.
Our lifetime members, they when we say become a lifetime member, you're part of a community, and they'll call us and say, hey, send me some campground packets. I just found a campground. And I'll just be like, well, where are you staying at, Jimmy? Let's get these out to them. So a lot of times our members are our first line of defense on really keeping this program great.
Okay.
And they play a big factor in the campgrounds. We've done, some digital marketing here and there, but really, I like to see it for myself before putting it in the program, and I can't do that. So the next best thing is, our loyal members.
The
and
members,
partners.
yeah, because
It really
they're
feel-
used to the quality, and you want to make them happy as well. So if
Exactly.
they're saying this is a great campground, then you got to take their word for it.
Yeah.
They'll be honest about
Yeah.
it. I'm pretty sure they'll be honest.
Oh yeah, but I will say every camper's different, and this program, like, I've used it to. I'm 26. I've used it to go to the national park like the Rockies. I've used it to go see some music. I've used it to do this and that, but I like the camping experience. But some of these full timers, they're a little bougier than I am. They gotta have their paved lots and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But I kind of like the off the beaten path. When you save money, maybe I can spend that money on other amenities,
Right.
fishing, things like that.
Yeah.
But there's a campground for everyone. So someone can come up to me and say, I'm gonna use a fictional city, but they'll say, yeah, I stayed at one campground in Boise, Idaho, fictional city, and that thing, I don't know if that was quality. That was kind of a dump, and I'd be like, wait, was it called so and so? This is an actual story that happened actually just the other day, and I was like, I gotta say, man, I stayed at that campground, and that was one of my favorite Passport America experiences.
Yeah.
Like on that trip that I was rambling about earlier, I said that I was inspired. I found a campground in the middle of nowhere. Okay, it's in Kansas. It's not in Idaho. And Kansas, I was like, great, we got to go through Kansas on this route. I heard it's very flat and very, doesn't have the mountains like this great state of Arizona does over here, but or at least down here.
Yeah.
But I'm over here in this campground in the middle of nowhere, and I've never done a Harvest Host boondogging experience yet, but I I felt like I was boondocking. I mean, it was a pull-through site. I had amenities, and I'm just looking at probably 1,000 miles of cornfield, or however far my eyes can see
Yeah.
the sun going down. And I'm just like, man, I got to get back to the office. Like, this is really cool. And what was even the question? I'm over here thinking
I do
about.
want to.
I
I do
think
want to.
you answered it,
You
actually.
answered
Okay.
it, but I do want to agree with you that there is something for everybody, because I feel the same way. That's how I feel about Iowa. When I go through Iowa, I hear everybody's talk about how boring Iowa is or how plain it is. I love Iowa. I think it's such a peaceful, beautiful state, and yet I hear people say, "Oh, there's nothing to do." But there is. I mean,
Yeah.
not everything has to be go, go, go and action. And yeah, I think that's great that you guys are located in several different styles of areas. I think that's great.
And can you talk a little bit about, I've heard you say the lifetime membership a couple of times, and I wasn't actually familiar with that.
Me
Can you
neither.
talk about the different memberships that people can buy, and what's the differences?
Yeah, they're all centralized for the saving 50% off the nightly rate.
Okay.
We have a 1, 2, and 3 year, a 5 year, which is basically you're getting a year for free at our rates on that. And then our lifetime is sitting at we got a 30th anniversary special going on right now. So that's $100 off at $299, but it's a lifetime of half off the nightly rate.
Wow.
And one thing that I love about the lifetime membership is they are the first opportunity for the additional discounts from our trusted partners that we give them the opportunities through in the newsletters and the email. Like we would never partner with anyone that wouldn't have a call center, wouldn't take care of our members.
Okay.
Isn't something that me or someone in our office, I'm not the only one in the company that RVs and tries to submerge into it as well.
Yeah.
And basically the lifetime membership, like the hats that y'all have on right
Yeah.
now. If you're a lifetime member, you get that hat. But if you know, you gotta at least get the promotional if you're not a lifetime member
Yeah.
here at the show. But we just take care of them, and we give them the first opportunities that we provide.
So you're saying you pay that one-time fee, and that's it until forever?
Yes.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. And discounts on, I know y'all had my brother Kurt Simmons
Yes.
with Mara V-Mail. We're partners there. We give them discounts in Mara V-Mail. We also have another brother, Ryan Simmons, who does Great American Caravans. Which
the
is,
travel.
promoted through Passport America. And we give lifetime members really nice discounts on the rallies and caravans.
Ah.
And that's probably, I would say, the biggest peak other than what our niche program is of 50% off the nightly rate.
Yeah.
I didn't know that there was more to the program than just the 50%. I didn't know that you guys offered discounts for anything. That's good to know too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, usually it's periodical. Like we, I'd like for people to become a Passport member before doing it, but before providing things like, FMCA gets a lot of discounts through Passport America.
Oh.
We're very, we work very well with FMCA.
Okay.
FMCA is a word I was probably hearing since I was 4 years old,
Okay.
and I can't speak on things too much right now, but we're working on a lot of additional benefits for this program with a lot of good people in this industry, and it's a really good time to become a Passport America member right now.
Okay.
Okay. And this is the 30th anniversary. This is a family business. Was it somebody in your family that originally started Passport America?
Yeah, my Opa, which is Grandpa in German for any listeners that are unfamiliar, he founded it. He was a campground owner by the. I'm sorry, this fly is
Yeah, the
dragging me
fly,
right now.
yeah.
It's really coming after me. All right, but he started a campground called Magic River Campground in Long Beach, Mississippi. My mother was also involved with that campground, and her, along with my Opa, started the company. My father came on, Vernon Simmons, who is currently CEO at Passport, and he helped grow it as well. The first time the program launched was in 1992 at the Tampa Super RV Show.
Oh, okay.
We've been going there ever since. and that's really how it started. Is my opa had a campground. My father was a businessman. My mother was a businesswoman, very good at sales and marketing at the time. So she really helped bring it to where it is as well with those strategies. And I learned a lot from her. Like I said, we're a marketing agency, so a lot of the day-to-day operations are these marketing projects and campaigns. So they built the program founded by my opa, and I'm proud of that. I feel honored and blessed to be here, and I just I'm happy to take it from here and see what we can do further for this industry.
It's impressive that you say that, because I think a lot of family businesses don't make it to a third generation. So to have you guys already in your third generation says a lot for the business.
Yeah, I think so too. And I know this is a very cliche thing to say when it comes to small business, but that office that I work with, the team that I work with, I mean, they're family. I was, they were people I work with were picking me up from school like 15 years ago. You know, and I'm just really blessed to work with the people that I work with and work in the industry that I work with. Like, there's a lot of really good neighbors in the camping industry. Like, it seems like the golden rule is very installed into camping and all that. You don't know the person you're sleeping next to, camping next to, and that's just kind of very reflective in the industry as well. Like, it's very welcoming, like I want more benefits for RVers and campers. I want more boondocking opportunities, beneficial warranty systems, things that really will help any issues with what should be the best American lifestyle, but yeah, it's just I hope it goes to 30 more years. I hope I'm here for 30 more, and maybe a fourth generation will keep it going.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think it's surprising too. You don't think of a company as big as Passport America as being family owned and operated, but it's really cool to hear that you are.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Hey, it has its ups and downs like everything else. When you're working with your family and then you're having dinner with them after, it's kind of, it's hard to turn the brain off a little bit.
We
on
have
it
heard
all,
this from other companies as well.
But there's nothing there's nothing that I would take more pride in. So it's awesome.
That's awesome.
And about how many member campgrounds do you have right now? Can you ballpark it?
Yeah, we have about almost 1,300. Our banner in there right now says 1,200 plus, but we're gonna have to update that soon.
Oh, great.
Wow, that's a lot.
That is a lot.
We were a little bit higher, and then we took a dip around COVID, and but then we upped the quality and we added some really good parks, and now that I feel like we're really rolling on all cylinders right now, and we're really active on socials, our newsletters. We have a really good blog writer in house right now, and
nice.
We have a really good team that are really making our campgrounds that are coming in and the ones that have been around feel the love and exposure that they need.
Yeah, Kenny was saying how impressed he was with your Instagrams this week, because you guys have been getting creative with some of the Instagram stuff.
I cannot wait to tell them that you said so. We our professional TikToker, as I like to call Dale Riley. No, he's a really big moving force in the content creation.
Nice.
Okay.
It's also just a blast to collaborate and stuff.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you saying that.
And campgrounds, are they just U.S. or do you have Canada? Are there some Canadian campgrounds as well?
Yes, sir. We do have a couple in Canada and even in Mexico.
Oh, okay.
Oh, great.
Oh,
Yes,
that's
sir.
great.
Can you kind of walk us through the process when somebody's a member and they want to stay at a campground that is associated with Passport America? Do they do this through online? Do they call that campground? Do they let them know ahead of time that they are part of Passport America? How does that work?
Yeah, so like I said, all the campgrounds are privately owned and operated, so they all have their different preferences. Some don't even have reservation systems. Some that I went to back when I went to the Rockies. I would say most of them I paid cash, and I was perfectly fine with that. It wasn't like, you know, it was just more primitive. It
Yeah.
had the full hookups and everything. And if whatever the campground would like you to do, it's in our campground notes and the
Oh,
directory
okay.
and the online.
okay.
And sometimes they're beefy, you know, they got a lot to offer, a lot to say, but there's never any curveballs with the program. If you just
Okay.
check out the campground notes and whatever platform you like to use, our website, app, or directory.
Okay.
Okay, great. And about how many do you know about how many members do you currently have?
Probably, you know, just eyeball inventory, so to speak, lack of a better term. We're probably looking at close to 200,000 members, give or take.
Really?
That's huge.
Wow.
That's awesome.
30 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good for you guys.
Wow.
great.
That's really good. Yeah.
Were you expecting that?
No, no.
I mean, I know you guys are great, but I still wasn't expecting that high of a number.
Yeah, I mean, our work's cut out for us, you know. I mean, camping, a lot of camping's word of mouth. So, you know, like I said, of course I'm biased, but it's a no-brainer product. And the people that camp aren't really online, but they know, and they talk, and they share what they have experienced.
Yeah.
And but in this day and age, like you said about our socials and stuff, we got to spend time on that, and we're making the most of it. I mean, you know, at least we can make funny videos. At least we can still be authentic and get what we want accomplished.
Yeah.
I was going to say, you guys look like you're having fun on the social media, so
Yeah.
that's cool.
If we got to do the social media, we're gonna make the most of it. You know, we'd rather be doing other things, but we love we love having fun with our members, some of our ambassadors, some of our campground owners. A lot of campgrounds have some funny content on there.
Yeah.
That TikTok's something else. You know, I didn't know there's so many RVers on TikTok until, like I said, our guy Dale showed me, and I was just mind blown at all these RVs and things like that. I was just like, wow, thank you. People finally think RVing is cool because it is.
It is.
And so here at the show, we know you have a booth inside the exhibitor hall. Are you guys offering anything? Can people get memberships there on site? What do you guys have there at the booth?
Absolutely, yeah. We our best specials are at the show.
Okay.
You know, come by the booth and we'll tell you about them. You know, I won't pitch a sale on here right now, but we have some really good specials. We love to give out promotional items. You know, we don't sell merch or anything, so we give them out to lifetime members and things like that. So really good opportunity to get you a hat, get you a lifetime membership, whatever membership's going to work for you. And the best rates are here at the show, and you also get the book in hand without a shipping fee.
Okay.
So, yeah, no, I love going to shows because, you know, you're right there face to face, learning a lot about what you've done and what you've worked on at the office, and also what's going on with the industry and what our members are up to, where they've been going.
And then,
go ahead, Kenny.
go ahead, Sean.
How often do you guys update the paper guide? Is that a yearly update that you do?
Yeah, it's yearly, and the website and app is updated weekly.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Okay. Yeah, you guys are busy then.
Yes, yeah.
And then for people that are listening or watching, what is the best way for them to sign up if they're not here at the show?
www.passportamerica.com, and also give us a call. Our number is listed on that website. I'll just drop it real quick, 1-800-681-6810. And, you know, if you're unsure what membership you want to go with, you know, what works for you for the amount that you're traveling or where you're traveling, our customer service, our front lines, so to speak, you know, we wear a lot of hats in the office, you know, like our designers, our IT people, office managers. We're picking up the phones and we're talking to the members.
Oh, okay.
And so if you give us a call, we'll do it for you. Or, you know, you can do it online, and it's a very simple sign-up process at www.passportamerica.com.
And when we were talking to your brother Kirk about My RV Mail, he said they're essentially located right next door to you guys down there in Crestview, Florida, right off of I-10. And he was saying that people can stop by if they're My RV Mail members and boondock in the lot there
Yes.
Yeah, and
Yes.
so I don't know if they can swing in and say hello to you guys as well if you guys are there when they're picking up their mail.
Yeah, absolutely. We probably get those at least once a week. I-10 is very common.
Yeah.
You know, long road.
Yep.
As you know, and excuse me, people will come in and they'll call us and say, "I want to pick up my book. I don't want to pay that shipping
Yeah.
fee." It's like, come on in, and we take care of them. And yeah, Kirk, he's got a nice boondock space. His wife also has a goat yoga studio back there.
Oh,
so
wow.
I've
it's
heard of these goat yoga.
and as you know, like campgrounds, they have their own very unique amenities or
Yeah.
experiences, and I thought without even intentionally, Kirk has a goat yoga studio next to his boondocking
Yeah.
area, so it's just naturally quirky and just a really interesting industry to be in.
Yeah. So what are we missing? What do we need to talk about that we haven't talked about yet?
Oh man, I could go on and on. But yeah, I guess back to what we were talking about earlier. There's a campground for everyone in this program, and we're doing a better job of showing that, explaining that to people. We have a newsletter. Like I said, we have a guy, Mitch, who does our blog writing in house, and he did a stay and play casino campground article. We have like 7 or 8 casino campgrounds in our program. We showed, I believe he highlighted a winter destination article highlighting places that have really good discount opportunities during the winter months. And also if you want somewhere, you know, low key or somewhere that, you know, really feels like camping, we have that too. And we have great people, and I guess you know, for our 30th anniversary, you know, it could feel pretty nostalgic at
Yeah.
times. So you know, I just want to thank FMCA, thank all the campground owners, campers, RVers for you know, help making our dreams come true, and we are just very excited and motivated to give it back and
Yeah.
keep providing opportunity.
Yeah, congratulations on that 30th anniversary. Yeah,
Thank
that's huge for any business to make it 30 years, I think. And I don't want to sound salesy either, but I've stayed at plenty of Passport America member campgrounds, and the value is just incredible for that $44. I mean, it's like a no-brainer, really, especially for first-time RVers that aren't really sure about what their camping style is. You can try out so many different types of campgrounds and save money, and just kind of learn the ropes, so to speak, at different types of campgrounds.
Absolutely. And to your point, I know our app, one of my favorite features is, it's very simple, but the favorite parks feature. So say if you found one like Bass Creek, I believe, isn't that what you said, the one you stayed at?
Yeah.
I want to say that they have, I could be wrong, it could have been updated, but they have a pretty nice extended stay that the discount can be used there with, and you can hit the favorite button, make a note of that, and you can basically make your own list of all the campgrounds that are saving you money in this program, and you won't forget it, and you basically mapped out your Passport America membership for yourself.
Oh, that's great.
And it can
that's through
always
the
be
app. You
added.
could do that through the app.
Absolutely.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and you know, the trip routing, and like I said, I can go on and on if you know, you throw it my way, but
You have trip routing as well?
absolutely, yeah.
Oh.
Our app is really awesome, and I say that because I've used it, and it's worked out well for me. I've seen how much people have enjoyed using it and benefited from it. It also has the directory offline, so if you're off the beaten path, you can have it on your phone. Personally, I have a 21-foot travel trailer, Winnebago, that I pull behind, and if I have a directory, I only have a 20-foot Winnebago.
Yeah.
So you know, I like to kind of keep it minimal with the space.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the stuff that I put in there, but you know, it's just a really good time to be a Passport America member. I'll close it at that.
Yeah.